Hey, what is going on, people? This is the Tenchi, and I am back for another Sonic Boom review. This week I'm going to be doing a double review for Guilt Trippin' and Dude, Where's My Eggman? So, Guilt Trippin', it starts out with Sonic and Tails testing out a new invention, a flying skateboard. While they're testing it out, they notice a robbery in progress. This entire community of animals is getting robbed, and they don't seem to mind it all that much. Sonic and Tails defeat the bandits. The village is happy now. The village is a community of animals called the Gigglebuzz, and you find out right away that they use guilt as sort of a weapon. You know what I'm saying? They seem to be a very codependent, very codependent community because they don't want Sonic and Tails to leave them. Every chance that Sonic and Tails have, they say, "Oh, you can go, but we'll probably be dead the next time you get here. But you can go." You know, they'll like not even all that subtly put, just contradict what they said, and it's funny, but at the same time not really. And then the next thing you know, you see Sonic and Tails try to figure out ways to get out without without being rude. I mean, they even go as far as to build a security system for them since they're afraid of getting robbed again, right? And that ends up going nowhere because someone trips the wire of the system and accidentally catches themselves in it. So now you got Sonic and Tails trying to figure out another way of getting out, and they start to use the Gigglebuzz weapon against them. Guilt versus guilt. You know, Sonic and Tails like, we gotta get back home because we gotta take care of the plants, but it's okay. If they really wanted some water, they can take care of themselves. And then you got the Gigglebuzz trying to do the same, like, okay, trying to use the reverse psychology on them. And I'm like, really? Okay. Yeah, this is funny, but not really. I think the funniest parts is number one, Sonic and Tails still don't have a security system for themselves. Okay, they seriously did not even think that maybe since so many people come into our house, we have Eggman, we have Eggman coming to our house on a regular basis. People can just waltz in anytime they want. Maybe we could, you know, add some sort of protection for our own safety. You know, maybe we can make a security system for ourselves. No, they didn't think about that because the Gigglebuzz, as soon as they let Sonic and Tails finally go, end up at their house, opening their food, checking their messages, claiming that they want to help clean the house and help take care of the plants. Like I said before, this is a very codependent community. They do not want, they don't know how to like properly take care of themselves. Their whole species just relies on making others feel guilty. And it's not so they can make themselves feel good, or at least I don't think so. I don't know. They're really one note characters. I think the funniest thing in this whole episode is probably the fact that Dr. Eggman was calling Sonic and Tails during the time that they were with the Gigglebus. And we find out that he has a plan to blow up a bridge, and he's just waiting for Sonic and Tails to get there. So much so that he's calling them to tell them his evil scheme and wait for them to get there so he can actually blow the bridge up. And then when they don't show up, he gets pissed and shows up at their door to attack them with robots, and the Gigglebuzz get in the way during the fight. At the end of the fight, they wind up going with Dr. Eggman, and the guilt tripping ensues over at Dr. Eggman's place. I thought that was the funniest part of this episode. Honestly, this was very one note. Not much happened here, except for those little tidbits of comedy. But hey, this is for kids. I understand. But at the same time, I think it's kind of still dumbed down. Anyway, let's get to the next episode, Dude, Where's My Eggman? So, you got Orbot and Cubot, Eggman's robotic henchmen, waking up from what looked like a system shutdown, and Eggman is nowhere to be found. So they go on a search to find him. And along the way, they try plans like, okay, well, let's check our memories. Our memories have been deleted. So they go over to Sonic and Tails' place and talk to Sonic and Knuckles. And Knuckles comes up with this very over exaggerated lie as to how their battle went down. You know what I mean? He makes himself look like Superman, and it makes Sonic look like like basically like a fanboy that's just sitting there at the sidelines. And it's sad. It's sad. Knowing Knuckles' personality in the past, this is sad. So yeah, so Orbot and Cubot, they try anything they try anything they can to find Eggman. They start asking people around town. They find out Eggman was in jail at one point, so they try to get some bail money to bail him out by busking. They start playing music on playing music on the street to get some money. And at one point, Amy gives them some money, and then tells them about the charity that she's involved with, and they felt so guilty about taking her money that they gave them the jar of money they had already earned, and said that your cause is more, your cause is more important than ours. So they give her money back and give them the money that they had already earned, and go out crying. Then they find a walrus who knows of where Dr. Eggman is. Apparently, Dr. Eggman and him tried to rob a helium factory, and they ended up in jail. And this walrus, one thing I gotta point out about the walrus, whoever's voicing him must have been a fan of Rodney Dangerfield, because he sounds just like him. He sounds like Rodney Dangerfield. If he was a walrus, because you could tell there's probably something in the guy's mouth to give him that heavy accent. But I thought it was a nice touch. And I thought the walrus was kind of funny. And come to find out, Dr. Eggman deleted their memories so he can give them a surprise party. Because they said at one point that maybe having a surprise party, maybe having more together time would bring them closer. So that's what he did. But it was still at their expense, because they ended up doing all the work anyway, and then to make sure that they were still surprised, they got their memories deleted. I thought that was funny. I thought actually it was a pretty sweet episode, because you get to see how emotional these two robots can get. And yeah, that's pretty much it for both episodes. Let me know what you guys think of either one, Guilt Trippin' or Dude, Where's My Eggman? And yeah, I will see you on the next one. Peace, love, and never be normal.